Hello everyone and welcome back to another average review. This time we're gonna be reviewing the Marvel Legends 80 Years of Marvel Deadpool core box set, since I saw Deadpool and Wolverine recently and I wanted to review a Deadpool related figure in honor of that since the movie was fantastic. Starting out with the box, we can see it's a very wide Marvel Legends window box. I don't have any 2-pack boxes, but this, I'm pretty sure, is wider than those. We can see there's some comic art of Deadpool on the side, and some nice photos of everything you get in the set, along with a bio, and a little picture of Deadpool that says Wahoo, along with a bit of an advertisement for the Marvel Legends hover chair Professor X. Overall, this is a really nice box. You get to see everything that you're gonna get, and it also looks nice as a bonus. Alright, let's start out with the reason you'd probably buy this set, the Deadpool figure. Overall, it's really nice looking. The reds are super vibrant and the black is a really nice contrast. I also like this Y-shaped strap thing on his chest that connects to his belt. I believe it's based on the comic Cable and Deadpool, so that's pretty nice. It's a bit more of a unique look for Deadpool. Well, I say unique, it's just like adding a strap to his chest. Things that aren't unique, though, most of this figure. It's a lot of reuse from the Juggernaut Wave Deadpool, which was mostly just the Bucky Cap body mold, which has infamously been reused so many times in the Marvel Legends line, but I don't know, I think it really works for Deadpool. I think it fits him more than any other character, and I can't explain why. Oh yeah, he's also got this sheath on one of his boots for his baby knife. The head sculpt, though? Now that's a unique piece. It seems like a pretty normal Deadpool head, except, you know, with slightly more wide eyes, but if you look closely, you can see his open mouth peeking through the costume, which I think is a really fun detail. This is a more excited or even shocked Deadpool head, and that's a really unique look for any action figure, honestly. On his back, we can see these little holes on his strap thing, and this is so that you can plug in his katana holders. The set comes with 2, and they each plug in onto the different sides of his chest strap. Speaking of his katanas, though, here's one of them. It's got a black handle and a nice gold blade. That's pretty cool. They just sort of slide in like so. And same with the other one. Just slide them in. I like how you can store all the weapons this guy comes with, which is only 3 on the figure itself. That's a pretty nice touch. The other reason you'd buy this set, though, is for the Deadpool moped. Now, you do have to do a teensy tiny bit of assembly, where you gotta put the mirrors onto the actual moped. Well, that took an embarrassingly long amount of time. We can see it's got an actually sculpted and also, of course, painted Deadpool logo at the front. Some pretty nice tires, you know, the leather seat, the handles, even got a sticker of the speed gauge right there. The front windshield is a little transparent, which is nice. It's also able to move around a little so that you can turn. Some nice piping over here, and some peg holes on the seat itself and at the feet. Now, what is that peg hole on the seat itself for? Well, for Dogpool, of course. It's a pretty nice sculpt, not really any articulation except for a spin at the head, but he's got his nice helmet on, his dog tag, and the Deadpool-like costume, which is pretty fun. You just sort of seat him on there. Yes, the peg hole's there. I'm not going to continue talking about it. But he's got a hole in his back for who? Squirrel Pool, baby. It's a little squirrel with a Deadpool mask on and some katanas. There's no articulation on this thing at all, but he can peg on to Dogpool's back, which is just great. Of course, you can also get Deadpool seated right in front of them so he can drive the Deadpool moped. Now let's move on to articulation, where we're only going to be going over Deadpool since we already looked at everything else in the set that can move. His head is on a disc hinge, so he can look up this far, look down this far, and spin his head all the way around. He's got shoulders that can spin around and hinge above 90 degrees, which is very impressive. He's got bicep swivel, double jointed elbows with a pretty good bend, and wrists that can swivel but only hinge down because of this part of the glove. He's got an ab crunch, which lets him hunch forward, surprisingly not limited by that chest strap. His arch back, also similarly pretty good. He's got a waist cut so he can spin around, a little limited by the belt and chest strap though. He's got ball-jointed hips that let him kick forward about 90 degrees, and get a alright split. Rotation, because of a thigh cut, double-jointed knees, boot cut rotation, and feet that can hinge forwards, backwards, and pivot side to side. Now, before I get into the comparisons, I'd like to admit that I messed up. There is more articulation on Dogpool. He's just got a swivel at both of his arms that lets him spin around, and a swivel at the bottom of his shirt which lets him spin around. Not much, but hey, it's neat. And all the joints are really well hidden. They're just at spots where there's already a cut in the sculpt. Alright, now let's get into the comparisons. I'd actually like to quickly give a warning. At one point in the comparisons, near the end, I'll be going over some spoilery comparisons for Deadpool and Wolverine. So, when that time comes, I'll give you a time stamp to skip to if you want to go into the movie blind, which I would definitely recommend. Although, starting off the comparisons, we have the standard way we start off Marvel Legends comparisons: Renew Your Vows, Spider-Man, and Spinneret. But hey, Spidey and Deadpool have teamed up plenty of times, so here's two more Spider-Men. On the left, we have the 2020 Retro Card Spider-Man, and on the right, we have the Amazing Fantasy 15 First Appearance Spidey. Although, come on, I think we can all agree that the best kind of team-up that Deadpool has is with Wolverine. The left is the Bone Breaker Wave Wolverine, but customized to be the brown suit version, and the right is the Marvel Legends Old Man Logan. Although, hey, let's go over some more X-Men comparisons, starting off with the Marvel Legends 80th Anniversary Colossus, which came in a 2-pack with the Juggernaut. Do you have off switch? For two of the most important X-Men members, we have Cyclops, specifically the Marvel Legends Astonishing X-Men version, and Jean Grey, specifically the Phoenix from Toy Biz's Marvel Legends line. Here we have the retro-carded Black Suit Storm and Retro Grey Beast. And finally, Charles Xavier Professor X. This one specifically is from the Fox movies. Let's also bring out some X-Men villains, starting off with Magneto, specifically the Age of Apocalypse version. And the Marvel Legends 80th Anniversary Juggernaut. Same 2-pack as that Colossus we looked at earlier. Oh, sorry, I got his name wrong. It's the Juggernaut, bitch! Let's also bring out a Marvel Legends Hydra Soldier. Why? Well, because this box set came with an extra head. Not for Deadpool, but to turn an ordinary Hydragoon into Deadpool's pal, Bob the Hydragoon. And I mean, just look at this. He's got the silver eye lenses and the nice goofy grin on his face. My one complaint, though, the green doesn't exactly match the green on the Hydra Soldier that I have. Alright, this is your warning. We're starting the spoilery comparisons that relate to Deadpool 3, Deadpool, and Wolverine. If you want to skip to the last comparison, which is the traditional Hitmonkey and Goliath size comparison, then go to this timestamp, or look for that same timestamp in the comments of the video, because I'll have it posted. Alright. Ready? Then let's start off. Let's start off with one of the funnier cameos in the movie. Two Marvel Legends versions of Thor, the 80th anniversary Thor on the left, and the Thor and Destroyer 2-pack Thor on the right. Why? Well, because of that scene where Deadpool sees a version of Thor crying over his dead body. That was nothing short of hilarious. Let's also bring out two versions of the Hulk because of that very brief scene where we see Hulk and Wolverine fighting, only for Deadpool to get impaled as a result. The left one is the Maestro Hulk body, but with the 20th anniversary head, and the right is the Endgame Professor Hulk Build-A-Fig, since it's the only MCU Hulk that I have. And hey, it's a good enough match for the one that very briefly appeared in the movie. His appearances were very brief, but Johnny Storm the Human Torch was a great addition to the movie. The one on the left is from Toy Biz's Marvel Legends line, and the one on the right is from Hasbro's Marvel Legends Retro Card Fantastic Four line. Although, this is probably more accurate to how he looked by the end of the movie. What, too soon? Unfortunately, Elektra is the only figure I have for the ragtag group of heroes that helped Deadpool and Wolverine raid Cassandra Nova's base. And also, unfortunately, this Toy Biz Elektra from the Urban Legends box set also sucks. Although he's kinda mentioned to be dead, still, here's two versions of Daredevil. Left is from the Urban Legends box set, right is from the Hasbro Retro Spider-Man line. Here's the Diamond Select Toys Marvel Select Sabretooth. Unfortunately, though, he's kinda still got his head attached. So that's a -1 for accuracy to Deadpool and Wolverine here. Now, I don't have a Giant Man that I could compare to the dead Giant Man that was used as Cassandra Nova's base, but I do have this Toy Biz Marvel Legends Ant-Man, which is, I guess, the second best thing. Or third best, since I do have Goliath. Although I'd also like to mention that Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman have mentioned wanting to do a team-up with Tom Holland's Spider-Man. So, because of that, here's the No Way Home Final Swing Spider-Man. Finally, though, here's the Marvel Legends Deadpool Core Box Set Deadpool with Hitmonkey and Goliath. Something to mention, though, this Hitmonkey actually came with a suited Deadpool figure. And what did that suited Deadpool come with? Some alternate Deadpool heads that we could look at on this Deadpool body. Let's get to them. Let's start with the fully masked Deadpool head. This one is a bit more angry and determined looking, and I like how it looks. The reds are a tad bit different, but I'd say this looks great, and it's probably how I'm going to display this Deadpool. There's also this half-unmasked head with Wade grinning like a maniac. This is a pretty fun one. And finally, a fully unmasked Wade Wilson head. And I gotta say, despite his horrific skin condition as a result of the program he went into, he doesn't look half bad. I mean, he looks pretty charming. Once again, another great alternate head option for this Deadpool. Now, I've gone over nearly every accessory on this figure already, but there's still one more. This clown air horn that just sort of snaps on to the moped like so. Not much to say here, except that, well, it's funny. Now let's talk about price and overall thoughts on this figure. This guy has recently been reissued on Amazon and in other stores for the retail price of, I'd say, about $40. At least, that's how much I got him for. Honestly, in terms of this being a $20 or $25 figure that comes with a good, unique batch of accessories that can't really be reused, I do think that it's a pretty good deal. I mean, you get your knife, your katanas, along with two unique animal Deadpool variants, along with a moped, and an extra head for a figure that doesn't come in this pack, but hey, it kind of adds value. My only wish that I, would have preferred this figure to come with is either maybe a neutral Deadpool head, although I already have some, or a gun of some kind, and also a leg strap for that gun. Even then, this Deadpool is pretty cool. If you want a good Marvel Legends Deadpool for a fairly decent price, there's a lot worse options. So I'm going to give this guy a pretty fair 8 out of 10. Nothing shocking or groundbreaking, just a nice overall Deadpool-themed box set. For those of you that have stuck around till the end, remember to have a great day, 'cause you deserve it.